Hi, everyone. Let me tell you something that'll make you grab your popcorn, or in my case, a cold bottle of Guinness, because this story starts with me, Chidi, standing on the edge of the Third Mainland Bridge at 2 a.m., staring down at the black water like it owed me money. I wasn't suicidal, no. I was just dramatic like that after losing everything I'd hustled for in one stupid night. Picture this. Horns blaring from danfo zipping by, the humid Lagos air thick with exhaust, and the faint smell of suya from some midnight vendor. And me, a 28-year-old guy who'd thought he was the king of Yaba's tech scene, now wondering if jumping would at least make the headlines. Chidi the code wizard drowns in his own ambition. Yeah, that'd be poetic. But hold on, because this isn't just about my fall. It's about how pride can build you a castle in the sky and then kick you right off the balcony. Okay, let's rewind to the beginning, where it all felt like a Nollywood script with a happy ending waiting. I grew up in Surulere, in one of those crowded compounds where everyone's business is everyone's drama. My dad was a mechanic, always elbow deep in engine grease, preaching about hard work like it was the 11th commandment. "Chidi, book no day chop bell," he'd say. But I ignored him and buried myself in school. By 20, I was at Unilag studying computer science, dreaming of being the next Mark Zuckerberg but with jollof rice instead of burgers. Inner thought. Who needs Silicon Valley when you've got Lagos hustle? I graduated top of my class, landed a gig at a startup in Ikeja, and before you knew it, I was coding apps that helped small businesses track inventory. Life was sweet. My tiny one-room in Yaba had AC, on good days, and I could afford to send money home without sweating. That's where Nkechi came in. Ah, Nkechi. My ride or die, or so I thought. We met at a tech meetup in VI, her in this red dress that made the room pause like a frozen Zoom call. She was a marketer, sharp as a new iPhone, with a laugh that could disarm traffic wardens. "Chidi, you're too serious," she'd tease, pulling me onto the dance floor at parties where Afrobeat pulsed through the speakers like Lagos's heartbeat. We clicked instantly. She got my ambition, pushed me to dream bigger. "Babe, why work for them when you can build your own empire?" she'd say, eyes sparkling under the neon lights of Echo Hotel. I started side hustling, developing an app called NigerianStories, a logistics thing for Okada riders and delivery guys to optimize routes around Lagos traffic. Genius, right? Avoid the go-slow on Ikorodu Road, dodge the potholes in Oshodi, boom, moneymaker. Part 1 of my life was set up perfection. Mornings started with the call to prayer from the mosque down the street mixing with church bells, me sipping gari and sugar while debugging code. Afternoons? Hustling meetings in cafes where the Wi-Fi was spotty but the coffee strong. Evenings with Nkechi. Strolls along Lekki Beach, her hand in mine, waves crashing like applause for our future. "We're unstoppable," I'd whisper, and she'd grin. "As long as you don't let that big head of yours get in the way." Humor alert. My head wasn't that big, but my ego? Oh, it could fill the National Stadium. Inner thought. Pride cometh before the danfo crash, but who listens to proverbs when you're winning? We built the app together. I coded, she marketed, pitching to investors at events where suits mingled with agbadas. One night, after sealing a small seed fund from a guy in Abuja, we celebrated at a buka in Yaba. Suya smoke wafting, pepper soup steaming, and us laughing over plantain chips. "To ambition," I toasted with my star beer. "And to us," she added, her eyes soft. Lagos felt alive then, the yellow buses honking like impatient geese, street hawkers yelling, "Pure water! Gala!" and the humid breeze carrying hints of ocean salt. I thought, this is it, the Nigerian dream, from nothing to something, with love as the bonus track. But ambition has a funny way of blinding you, like staring at the sun during eclipse without glasses. Enter part 2, the conflict, or as I call it, the great betrayal that hit harder than a last-ma fine. We'd been grinding for months, and NigerianStories was gaining traction. Downloads hit 10K, riders loved it. Saved them fuel, time, even from Agbaros shaking them down at junctions. I started getting cocky. "Nkechi, we don't need partners. I can handle this solo," I'd say, brushing off her ideas about teaming up with a bigger logistics firm. Inner thought. Who needs collaboration when you're a one-man army? Pride, my friends, is a sneaky bastard. It whispers you're invincible until you're not. Then came the pitch at Tech Cabal's big conference in Landmark Center. I was on stage, lights hot, crowd buzzing like a swarm of Okadas. "NijaTrack isn't just an app, it's Lagos in your pocket," I boomed, slides flashing maps of gridlocked streets turned efficient. Applause thundered. Backstage, a slick investor named Emeka approached, suit sharper than a tailor's needle, accent polished from UK uni. "Impressive, Chidi, but you need scale. Partner with my firm. We'll fund expansion." Nkechi was ecstasy. "This is it, babe. Port Harcourt, Abuja, Chwengwaka." But me? Nah, I built this. My terms or nothing. I turned him down flat, ego inflating like a balloon at a kid's party. That night, Argument City. In our cramped flat, fan whirring against the heat, Nkechi paced. "Chidi, you're being proud. This could change everything." I snapped back. "Proud? I'm protecting our dream." Words flew like danfo drivers dodging potholes, harsh, reckless. She stormed out, slamming the door so hard the neighbor's dog barked. Inner thought. She'll come back. She always does. But she didn't. Next morning, phone silent. By afternoon, panic set in. I called, texted, nothing. Then, the bomb. A friend forwarded a LinkedIn post. Nkechi had joined Emeka's firm as head of marketing, and guess what? They were launching Track Nija, a ripoff of my app, polished with their funding. Betrayal? Understatement. It felt like she'd yanked the rug from under me, but the rug was my heart, and it was covered in Lagos dust. I confronted her at a cafe in Ikoyi, the posh kind with overpriced lattes. "How could you?" I hissed, voice cracking. She looked calm, sipping her drink. "Chidi, you pushed me away. Your pride wouldn't let us grow together. This is business." Business? We were more than that, or so I'd thought. Inner thought. Was it ambition, or just me being a fool? Humor to cope. At least she didn't steal my gari recipe, too. The fallout was brutal. Lawsuits? In Nigeria? Good luck. Courts slower than Lagos traffic on payday. My app tanked. Users jumped ship to the shinier version. Investors ghosted. Friends pitied. I spiraled. Nights in beer parlors, drowning sorrows in Golder, mornings with headaches and regret. Lagos mocked me. The same streets I'd mapped now felt like mazes. Danfoss splashed puddles on me during rains. Hawkers ignored my broke ass. Dad called, "Chidi, come home. Pride go kill you." But I couldn't face Surulere, not yet. That's how I ended up on that bridge, wind whipping my shirt, questioning everything. Hook complete? Yeah, but the real story's in the climb back. Part 3. Redemption, or as I see it, the slow crawl from the gutter with a side of reflection. Weeks blurred into months. I crashed at a cousin's in Ajegunle, the rough side where generators hummed like angry bees and power cuts were eternal. No more AC, just mosquitoes and sweat. Inner thought. Humility tastes like bitter leaf soup, nasty at first, but cleansing. I took odd jobs, fixing phones in Computer Village, the chaotic market where bargaining was blood sport. "Oga, this iPhone da original?" Customers haggled, and I'd smile through gritted teeth, learning patience. One day, scrolling X in a cyber cafe, Wi-Fi at home, dream on. I saw Nkechi's post. Track Nija expanding to Abuja. Jealousy hit, but then epiphany. My app's core code was mine, but the idea? Ideas float in Lagos air like pollution. Execution matters. I pivoted. Started freelancing, building custom software for small shops in Balogun Market. No glory, but steady. Humor. From tech wizard to market magician, downgrade, but at least I wasn't starving. Then, fate's twist. Emeka's firm hit a snag. Buggy updates, user complaints. Turns out, rushing without solid foundation bites back. Nkechi messaged, "Chidi, need advice. Your code was the heart." I could have ignored, let pride win again. But no. We met at our old buka, suya still smoky, atmosphere tense. "Why help?" she asked. "Because ambition without heart is empty," I said, echoing her old words. We talked hours, tears, laughs, apologies. "I betrayed us," she admitted. "And I pushed you," I owned. Inner thought. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's the ultimate hack. We didn't rekindle romance, not yet, but we collaborated quietly. I consulted on fixes. She credited me. TrackNija stabilized, and I launched a new app, Lagos Link, for community alerts, floods, protests, even freebies. It blew up organically, no big funding needed. Users loved the realness. Warnings about agberos at bus stops, tips for evading go-slow. Lagos embraced it. The city that breaks you also rebuilds if you let it. Now, sitting in my upgraded flat in Bagada, still humble but with reliable light, I reflect. Ambition and pride? They're twins. One drives, the other derails if unchecked. Lagos taught me that. It's chaos a mirror to the soul. The streets still buzz, Okadas weaving like drunk dancers, markets alive with shouts of, "Customer! Buy one! Get one!" But now, I navigate with humility. Nkechi and I? Coffee dates, tentative. Maybe more, maybe not. Bittersweet, like a cara with too much pepper, stings, but satisfying. So, hi everyone, that's my tale. Lesson? Chase dreams, but don't trample hearts on the way. In the end, Lagos doesn't care about your ego. It rewards the resilient. And me? I'm still hustling, but wiser, with a story that'll make you think twice before letting pride steer. Poetic, eh? Like the sun setting over the lagoon, painting the water gold, beautiful, but fleeting if you don't appreciate it.